Welcome back, everybody. As COVID-19 cases decline, Intermountain Healthcare is safely updating their visitor guidelines. They will require masks going forward. ABC4's medical correspondent Saray Chin has more in today's sponsored segment.
We are moving into another phase in this pandemic, which is impacting visitor guidelines at Intermountain Healthcare facilities. We have Dr. Eddie Stenium, an infectious disease physician at Intermountain Healthcare. And Dr. Stenium, describe some of the guidelines. What changes are being made at Intermountain Healthcare?
Yeah, so we've moved into a different stage of the pandemic. We have decreasing case counts, we have decreasing hospitalizations, we have increasing vaccinations, and we've learned a lot more about what keeps patients and our caregivers and visitors safe. And so as the pandemic evolves, as do our visitor guidelines. And so now we're offering visitors to come visit their family members that have COVID-19 as long as they have been vaccinated themselves or have previously been infected with SARS-CoV-2.
And as the state is about to lift the mask mandate at Intermountain Healthcare, you are sticking with keeping those masks on.
Yeah, that's right. If you'll be coming into our facility, we'll be asking you to continue to wear a mask. Our primary goal is not only to keep the patients safe that are in our hospitals, but also to keep our caregivers and keep our visitors safe. We have the most vulnerable patients here in our hospitals. And so we need to do our best to make sure that we don't have any transmission of SARS-CoV-2 within our facilities, whether it be to another patient or to a caregiver. And so for the time being, people coming into our facility as visitors, we're going to ask them to continue to wear a mask while they're in our facilities.
Dr. Stenium, can you give some of the highlights of some of the changes and what is allowed, the number of visitors, and in the case-by-case basis?
Yeah, so in a general patient that has COVID-19, we allow two visitors, two designated visitors through the course of the hospitalization. And those visitors will need to be either vaccinated or had previously been infected. For laboring mothers, we're also going to allow two visitors during the birth. And then once the mother is in postpartum, then we'll continue to have one visitor designated during that time period that she's there. And that one visitor does not have to have evidence of vaccination or previous infection. And then in our urgent care and other Intermountain clinics, we'll allow two visitors to accompany the individual who has the appointment if needed. We'd recommend fewer, and if possible, if you can come alone if you don't need assistance, but you can have up to two visitors accompanying you if that need is there for those patients coming to seek care in our clinics. Those are the main highlights.
I like this also highlight at end-of-life care for patients, you're allowing a few more visitors in this scenario.
Yeah, we'll be allowing 8 individuals to come and say goodbye and have that closure. Much of that will be determined depending on where the patient is in the hospital and how that would work. There may be some limitations on how many people can actually be at the bedside at any one time. But we know this is a very difficult time for patients and for families, and so we want to make sure that we can accommodate them and allow people to have that time with their loved ones at the end of life.
Dr. Stenium, infectious disease physician at Intermountain Healthcare, thank you so much for your time. We like the news of the numbers going down and will continue to wear our masks. For more information, just go to intermountainhealthcare.org. Thanks again so much for everything that you do.
Thanks so much for having me.